What is going on, ladies? This is Marcia here with another episode of Women Behind the Weight. Today, I am sitting with a legend, a loyal legend from Schaumburg, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm good, Marcia. How are you?
I'm doing well. Okay.
Welcome to the Women Behind the Weights podcast, where we empower and inspire women to lift both weights and their voices. Each week, we explore the incredible journeys of women who are breaking barriers in the fitness world and making their mark. Join us for insightful discussions, inspiring stories, and practical tips that you can apply in your own life. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, there's something here for everyone. Tune in to discover the stories that will ignite your passion, uplift your spirit, and remind you that you are LadyStrong. Let's lift each other up, one conversation at a time.
Before we begin talking about you, I want to explain what a loyal legend is. Because people are like, what's a loyal legend? Why is she introduced as a loyal legend? So, for those of you that are listening today and don't know what a loyal legend is, this is someone that has been a part of our community for 5+ years. You started with us back in April of 2001, and boy, time does fly. So, with that being said, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want you to tell people, I know who you are, but please tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
I'm 41 years old. I am in the insurance business. I am a manager in my current position. I have a 5-year-old daughter who just started kindergarten yesterday, and I have a significant other I've been with about 10 years now. So just a hardworking mom trying to get to the gym and work her butt off.
So the first question I have for you, Amanda, is you've been consistent since 2001 and you're still at Lady Strong. What is it that keeps you coming back? Because we've seen, and so have you, a lot of women that either come and they leave, maybe they come back, maybe we don't see them again. But you, 5 years, that's a long time, right? I would say on average within Lady Strong, it's about average 18 months for a typical member to stay. 5 years. Please explain what keeps you coming back.
I mean, there's a few different things. For one, I think it's just how hard, I'm able to push myself when I come into the gym. Like every single time I leave, I feel so much better just mentally, physically. So it's that push that I just need. And, just that overall is does a lot for me. And just the relationships I've built. I've built a lot of good friendships and that are going to be lifelong friendships. And, I'm really glad for the people and experiences that I've had at Lady Strong Fitness. The events and everything, the challenges. It's just a great place. I've health and fitness has been part of my life for a long time, and I've never been to a place like this.
I love that. That says a lot. I do have to say you are a great testament because you do push yourself. And I hope and I'm positive I have some sort of video footage I would like to share in this episode of you actually working out. And I hope this doesn't come across the wrong way, but you see a lot of humor on social media where an instructor might film a member working out and they're pushing themselves really hard because they know they're on film. But you're like that regardless if you're being on film or not. And that says a lot about how you think when you come inside the studio. So that's number one. Number two is that you do immerse yourself in the community. And I've seen you personally develop good friendships and relationships with people. I can think off the top of my head so many things that you've been a part of inside the community, like the challenges and the social events. And I want you to dive a little bit deeper into that because I wish more women would get involved in those types of activities like you do. So please explain, is there something in particular that why? Like why do you attend these events? I really would like to know because outside of you having friends, is there something else that maybe other people are missing?
I mean, it's just another challenge for myself. I get to like, what was the outside workout we did a few years ago? That one stands out most in my head. I mean, having to work out for that long and then the cement, like, oh my God, what am I doing? But when I came home that day, like I felt so good. I earned like 1,000 calories and I was like, oh my God,
Oh
I
my
did it.
God. Yeah.
So things like that, those aha moments that just make me feel so good. And that makes me, coming back too. I keep coming back for those reasons as well. I've done challenges with my significant other where,
She's
we
gonna
both
say
the
that.
same. Yeah.
Yep. I
We
was gonna
won and
say
it
that.
just,
Yes, it was the Battle of the Sexes. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Correct me if I'm
no, you're
wrong.
fine.
And I think it's really important that you do have a support system that is there for you and that sees exactly and understands what it is that you do when you come in, because we do get a lot of men that come into our studio when we host these events, and they're super appreciative after the workout, like, oh my God, I had no idea that you guys worked this hard. So shout out to your husband, by the way, because it's been a while since I've seen him, but you have invited him to multiple events, have you not?
Yes, yes. No, he's in the field too. So health and fitness is his thing too. So he's all about supporting me through my journey and always has been. And he loves the community too and kind of what it has done for me and the events. So him pushing me definitely helps. And it's great having that backbone.
I love that. So let's talk about your results. Okay, so since you started, it's probably hard to think way back in 2001, but I'm sure you have an idea, an inkling as far as like scaled victories and non-scaled victories. What did that look like to you before Amanda started and now, during this whole era of Lady Strong?
Yeah. Well, weight wise, I'd say maybe 30 pounds is what I've lost throughout
Wait,
the
time out.
time. I had a
Maybe
baby.
like
I had a
okay,
baby
okay, that's
literally
fair.
2 months before I
That's
came
fair.
in.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
but muscle, I think, is where I think I've gained probably the most and just kind of even out my body weight and everything. And that's where I see the results. And that's what makes me keep going. I feel so strong. I think I said in my questionnaire, like I'm 41 and I'm the strongest I've ever felt.
I love that. What are some things that you've learned about yourself throughout this whole journey at Lady Strong? Because I'm intrigued to hear and understand. Because there's some things I don't even know that you've learned. So if you share that, and that could be anything, if it's from a physical perspective, a mental perspective, like what are some of the things that you've learned throughout this journey?
Just to keep going, keep pushing myself, no matter what, no matter what, no matter how hard the workout is, or no matter if how bad I'm feeling that day, just to keep going, keep coming back, keep pushing myself. That's the only way I'm going to continue to see the results I want to see and feel good about myself.
Can you paint a picture for people? Like, how often do you work out per week? Is it 3 times a week? I know, but for people that are listening, like, how often do you work out at Lady Strong?
I try to do, yes, at least 3 times a week. Sometimes I do a little bit more depending on what's going on, but my schedule is constantly changing too, but I always make coming to the gym a priority. So
100%. I love that. I love the fact that you are a working mom, you're a wife, and you still manage to make time for yourself. And that's by far more important than anything else, because we all know if you don't take care of yourself, it makes it really hard to take care of other people.
of
So my
course.
next question I have for you, Amanda, is this is a two-part question I ask every single person that's on the episode. If you had any advice for anybody that's tuning in today that's a non-member, what would that advice be? And then let's talk about for someone who is a member, but they are stuck in the rut and they need to break that threshold to get to that next level. What would your advice be for them? Two-part question.
Well, the first part, I would say don't give up. I know a lot of times I work out next to a lot of new members, and they'll stop and I could tell they're feeling down on themselves. And I'm just like, no, keep going, keep pushing yourself. Don't give up. So definitely, yeah, keep with it and you'll see the results you want. And if you're a member currently, try some of the challenges, try some of the 30-day things you guys do. That's where I've seen a lot of my results too, just even with weight loss. I won the most muscle gain, 2 summers ago, I think
Yep.
it was.
Yep.
And I was shocked. But that's because again, I didn't give up and I tried something new and
Yeah.
I was able to obtain it. So
Yeah. Let's talk about that muscle gain. What do you think contributes to that? Was it your nutrition? Was it, I mean, because the consistency is there. So it has to be something else. What do you think that allowed you to win that challenge? What was it for you?
I mean, I just stuck to really with, my food. I was, I think, weighing my food at that time, counting my macros,
Mm,
and just being very consistent with my workouts out each week and really paying attention to what I was eating as far as
yeah.
not only counting my macros, but just the things I was putting into my body.
Yeah. I do want to touch on nutrition a lot. And I know nobody's not perfect by any means. I mean, we have our ups, we have our downs. But because of this particular challenge that you did win, and you talk about the things that contribute to winning, what would be your advice for someone that's maybe struggling with nutrition?
I need to give it a try. Sometimes I think it's very intimidating for people to kind of like start counting your macros and changing
Yeah.
the way you eat. But I mean, the end results, will wow you. So it's like, just give it a try. I mean, it's always better to, I mean, the two go hand in hand. Working out and eating healthy go hand in hand. If you want to see the results that you want, you're going to have to do both. And again, it's not going to hurt you to try.
I love that. And I
What's eating
agree with you.
better going to do? It's not going to cause damage.
100%. I agree with you. This is a new thing that I started. So at the end of each episode, I started it by asking the question, and the last person on the episode has to leave a question for the next person that's on the episode. So the last person that was on the episode was Jessica, the studio manager of Geneva. So the question that she left for you, are you ready? Okay.
Go for it.
If you had to invest in a fitness and wellness that you haven't done so already, what would that be?
That's a tough question.
That is a tough
I
question.
feel like health and fitness is, so much a part of my life and has been for a long time. So
Is
I
there
don't know.
anything in particular, like it could be a physical product, it could be maybe from a mental perspective? So I'm gonna kind of like give you some ideas, but I know if it were me, I'm all about the infrared. So we have the infrared saunas at the studio. Yes, we have one at home, but then I just recently purchased an infrared for the face, and then I have one for my head. So as I age, I feel like my roots are getting wider. As far as my parts are concerned, I feel like, some wrinkles that maybe didn't appear at one point or time are now starting to appear. So if I could age reverse anything that would help that, it would be some sort of like infrared. So that's just me personally. So I would like to hear, now that I've shared some of my ideas, do you have any at all that you could possibly think of?
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily health and fitness, but I mean, there's just some things about my body that I'm still kind of uncomfortable with after having a baby. So
Love it.
maybe
Let's talk
working
about
on
it.
something like that. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was pregnant during COVID, so I gained a ton of weight, and it was tough, a tough period of my life for sure. But like I said, there's things now that because of that I
Yeah.
don't like about myself. So
We're gonna dive deep into
maybe
that.
just
And
invest.
I like that.
Go ahead.
I like where you're going. And here's why, because it's important. I always say talking about vulnerability on the episode, because that's where people have a tendency to connect more with the person who's on the episode. And I know we have a lot of moms that's out there that has had children that has affected the way they are now looking from a physical perspective. So what exactly is that for you? Because I'm sure there are someone and that could relate. And exactly what would you do?
So it's my midsection, obviously, just from, all the weight I've gained.
Yep.
I've wanted to avoid having any type of surgery. I mean,
For
that
sure.
would kind of be last. But I mean, I would like to, I mean, there's other like things, machines and stuff they could do, kind of like you said, not definitely infrared, but I know there's certain machines that they could like cryo or something like that they might be able to kind of work out some stuff there to at least make it look a little bit better. But
100%. Yeah. I love that. See, so there you go. Get yourself some little cryo. They actually do. Let's talk about that for. They do have that. I've used it, by the way. And not because
I've
I
done
was
it on my
actually
face.
How do you like it? Let's talk about that, because I've done the standing in the Cairo, and then she's like, "Hey, we have this new tool. I want to use it on you." And I'm like, "What is it?" And that's when she put it on my belly. Was it a placebo effect for you, or was it something that you could instantly see?
I mean, I don't know if it was a huge instant change, but it was
Yeah.
definitely something I could see. But I mean, I try to do it. I've been doing it for the last couple of years. So now I
really?
can definitely yeah, I've been doing it on my
Okay.
face. I've done the cryo like standing thing too. I'm all into that stuff too, just like
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So
Which
but yeah, on my face, I love it. I
do
love
you?
it.
I'm gonna try that. So you would recommend it, is what you're saying. If you've been doing it for years,
Yeah.
would you recommend it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this. So
I like
ladies, if
it.
you're tuning in today, if you haven't tried cryo, by the way, cryo, let's talk about cryo for us. So you and I would know what cryo is. Was someone that's watching is like, what's cryo? That's never tried it before. So essentially what it is, it's a oxygen tank, so to speak, where you're standing in a stall from the neck down, and you're wearing gloves so your fingers don't freeze, and socks so your toes don't freeze. But you're in there for approximately, for as long as you can, for up to 3 minutes, essentially. And it
Mhm.
is about, I want to say, negative 150 degrees, if not colder. And the whole moral of the whole purpose is obviously reducing inflammation. You could burn up to so much calories. I mean, there's so many effects to doing this. So if you haven't had the opportunity to take advantage of it, please do so. I'm actually going to try, Amanda, now you said that, the cryo for the face to see how that is. So thank you for that.
Of
So
course.
we're going to leave it at that. But I really do feel like there's a couple nuggets that women can take away from this episode. And it's always been a pleasure. I love seeing your face every single time I come into the studio. It's always nice having you there, your energy, the vibe, everything. And I'm going to do some digging to see if I can find that video of you working out. Because, ladies, I'm telling you, if you have not seen Amanda working out, please book a class, work out next to her because she'll bring a whole different type of energy. So thank you so much for coming on the show today, Amanda. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. So,
Good
ladies, with
seeing
that being said, likewise, we'll see you on the next episode of Women Behind the Weights. Have an amazing day, and we'll catch you later. Bye, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Women Behind the Weights podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights from today's episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your support helps us reach more women like you. Don't forget to connect with us on social media for behind-the-scenes content and to join our growing community. Remember, we're all in this together, and every step you take brings you closer to your goals. Until next time, keep lifting those weights and your voices. You've got this.